Hi. Hey.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you?
Here. Good. How are you?
Great. Well, I don't I
Okay.
you seem like a nice guy. My name's Tony. Hi, nice to meet you. Been a
Uh,
while.
mm.
Fuck off. All right, we're trying to pretend it's been a while since I've seen you, but since you burped in my face, I could tell you missed me. So now I
I
know.
did. I mean, that's the sign of a. I just had a good Tony meal.
That's right. Love at first belch. That's
It's
nice.
made with real Tony. So
Yeah, it is. And I just used the word belch, which I don't think I've ever done. So I'm really excited. Sorry to
yeah, it's because you're getting old, and that's what's happening.
Actually, I've been watching a lot of fucking damn it, with the Big Bang Theory, and Sheldon's using all these fucking old school things that like old people said in the '60s. Like it's so I'm using all
Hmm.
I'm
You
not,
know,
he didn't use the word belch yet, but he uses a lot of
that's a show I've never seen.
It's on HBO Max. I'm crushing it right now.
Hmm. It's good.
Yeah, honestly, yes. I don't usually like television, but with no commercials, the writing is phenomenal. I would say it picked up where '70s show left off and just
Okay.
kept going. But for those of you who don't know what the fuck's going on, you've made it to another fun-filled, exciting episode of This Is the Future,
Unfortunately.
where we just start talking and then do the intro later. So,
Yeah.
welcome.
Who needs the intro? If you're watching this fucking shit. You know where you're at by now. It's nowhere. It's not like it's good. So you don't need to hear the unfortunate part. You know where you're at.
Oh, Alex is trying to cut down on his duties. We know it. This show is the dumpster. Welcome to the dumpster. It's just a couple of dudes sitting in a dumpster with the lid
Mhm.
open. The lid's
Yeah,
open. Sun's
I'm
coming
sitting
in.
in trash right now. I don't have any pants on.
The fuck that. No one's done that yet. No one's done a dumpster show. That needs to be us. We need to get jumpsuits. We need to hop in dumpsters and record this shit every week. Because then it would make sense. Like you know what? They live in a dumpster. Like it is unfortunate.
Yeah, we need to give them money. Um,
Pay
they
dumpster
live
rent.
in a dumpster. Give them money.
There's
Give them money.
dumpster rent. That sucks. Trash doesn't pay rent. Why should we?
No, so we can move out of the dumpster.
Yeah, well, I'm down to move into one first. Maybe you
Okay.
know what? I'm a little classy. I think I'd move into it like a paper recycling bin. One of those nice big ones.
Yeah, you think so?
You always have something to read, insulated. Probably, I bet it sounds good when it rains on you. Probably sounds nice.
I think I'm more of a compost guy. You know?
Yuck. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
You gonna have fucking earthworms in your belly button?
Yeah.
I mean, not like you
Yeah.
don't now, but just
No,
more.
I do. They're Alex worms. I got worms.
Gross. Alex worms. What the fuck?
I got worms.
That's what we're gonna
Mm.
call it.
Yep.
Oh
Uh,
shit. Well,
sometimes like when we're doing this show, I just think what would be a good episode title in my head. Like that's what I was just doing, and
yeah.
I'm oh, just say I got worms. So that's why I said it.
Okay. It's going down. I got worms.
Um,
We're stealing that from fucking Dumb and Dumber, but it's still funny.
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you knew that.
I mean I not right off the back, but now it's ringing a bell.
This isn't my real job, you know. No, my buddy and I, we're gonna open up our own worm store. I got worms. That's what we're gonna call it.
This isn't my real job.
Oh well, he's driving a fucking limousine and facing the wrong direction.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
So
Oh man,
how was your last so just to get everybody caught up, we did skip last week. It was
we
all
did.
my idea. Long story short, if you saw the last episode, you know I had my daughter and my grandson in town and all that. So I just didn't record last week. I was having a good time with my family. I know y'all would understand. So
Mhm.
we're back. And Alex is looking as beautiful as he always does, so that's good. You can be creepy so fast. It's like fucking Transformer at light speed. Show me creepy. Fuck. You look creepy when I do it. I look like a sock puppet. Like
You do. I guess I'll take my hand out of your ass now.
Ooh, whoa, easy, buddy.
It'd be funny. You just were like,
I'm a real boy.
Yeah, skip the week. Um, it's good to skip a week. You gotta, you know, if you do it too much, you get cramps. You gotta like,
Right.
you gotta shake off the cobwebs a little bit, take a little break. It's good for
Yeah.
you.
I took a week off from the gym too. It ain't a vacation if you're doing dumb shit. So
Yeah, I've been taking years off the gym. It's been great.
that's
I
it.
feel relaxed.
It's dumb shit. Yep. No, I'm kidding. I fucking love the gym. I couldn't handle it without it. Just God's honest truth. I'm not getting any bigger, but I'm not gonna stop.
um, every time I think about going like getting another gym membership, I get hungry. I don't know what it is.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's just like something about losing weight makes me hungry. I don't know.
So you don't get past the protein bar. Like you don't even get into the gym.
No,
It's
it's like
snacks.
it's like my body's way of like being like, you're not losing weight, you're staying fat. You're staying fat. It's like my mind's like, do something good for yourself, and my body's like, eat more ham. So
Hmm. Have you seen Clerks 3?
no.
All right,
Mm-mm.
watch it.
Oh, is that did I just take it from
No,
that?
you should just watch it. And I mean, yeah, honest. If anyone, side note, if anyone's a Clerks fan, Clerks 1, Clerks 2, Kevin Smith, you must watch Clerks 3.
Hmm.
Period. So that's it. Not giving away any fucking spoilers, but it's great. Really is tied it up fucking nicely. And that
Nice.
dude, Kevin Smith, man, like for just a couple of guys who dropped out of film school, got a bunch of credit cards and made a fucking movie, like I think that's rad. And he's a hell of a direct. I mean, no, no, he's not the world's, he's not fucking whoever, but I like him. I love how he puts shit together. And the third Clerks is a perfect example of how he does that.
Nice. What's funny is like I like a lot of I like some. I would say I like half of what Kevin Smith has done, maybe something like that. So
Hmm.
I like Kevin Smith. I don't like everything, and I like Clerks. I liked Clerks 2 more than I like Clerks 1. But there's just too much dialogue in the first one. There's a lot of there's talking a lot.
Yeah, low budget with a shitload of notebook pages. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's
Uh-huh.
right.
But there's people that I know that are like film school either dropouts or they've completed film school and they're now they're like bartenders. I'm talking about one in particular person right now, but I know a few people that are like, I hate Kevin Smith. And
Oh,
they've been down similar roads as him and they're like, fucking I hate that guy. And I'm like,
why?
well, I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe it's jealousy. I don't know what it is. But
Mm.
I can say that I do like Kevin Smith.
I
Um, not
I
all of
mean,
it, but I like a lot. I like enough of it to say that I like him.
right.
So,
And I don't know the man personally. Never fucking met him. I just like his work, and I'd say I like about 60% of his films.
yeah.
Right.
That's probably about where I am with
Right.
that. But going off what you just said before, that was he actually he seems like a cool guy. you know, he seems like he likes to smoke a lot of weed,
A
watch
lot.
movies, wear a hockey jersey 24 fucking 7, never takes it off, probably smells bad. Always wears a fucking hockey jersey. Seems like a cool guy to me, you know?
Right. I mean, him. Yeah. I don't know. He seems down to earth as fuck. Yeah, he's from fucking New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's his little film history there, and then he almost had a fucking heart attack on stage and started taking care of himself. He's just a modern human being that got away with making movies instead of saying, "What can I get you today for
Yeah.
a fucking living?" You
Yeah.
know, really all this. The longer I live my life, the more I'm envious of people who've made that jump and have been successful. I know there's
Right.
millions of us who are in some phase of that and haven't made it. Maybe we never fucking will, but hey, hats off to those who have. I can at least cheer them on, right? Like, hey, nice
Right.
job, Kevin.
Like,
Way to go,
I'll be a
Kevin.
cheerleader.
I'm a
Yeah.
piece of shit. Nice work. Like my dreams are down here. You're doing well. Nothing wrong with just saying. You have to admit in life at some point you're like, nothing amazing is probably going to happen. And maybe I'll do some nice things for someone in a grocery store one day, but I'm not going to change the world. But hey, this is a good movie. Nice job. That's it. Life's
I
easy.
think I think you get to a certain point where you're just like,
Yeah, fuck it.
you could either just be like, I tried to do stuff, didn't work out. This is probably what I'm going to do um, until I have a sweaty heart attack in a kitchen. So I might as well just choose to be happy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
Seriously.
when it comes down to it, like being ultimately happy, not every day or every moment in every day, you know, but if you being a choice, being happy is just a choice, really, overall. You know, you could choose to be like, you know what, fuck that shit. I'm gonna be happy. You
Right.
know,
There's a discipline to it that I've learned over time, especially if you're a negative person. It's quite the struggle to get there, but you just keep working at it. What the fuck else are you doing? Paying bills and jerking off? You got time.
yeah,
You know, I do. Fuck. I just got tired of being miserable, man. That's my own thing. I'm like, I'm just sick of it. I bring a bad attitude where I go, so it's my fucking problem. You know, I mean, so you work on it, you figure it out. But
yeah,
I'm not jealous. If hey man, if you've had success, you've also learned lessons and had your ass kicked because that comes with
yeah.
success. So,
Oh yeah, it's
like I
not.
said, respect.
If you've had success, it's not all fucking
You,
strawberries,
you
rainbows, and
failed a bunch. Yeah.
fucking
You fuck up a whole lot to get where you're going. And
yeah.
sometimes you don't even know where you're going.
Well, see, that's the thing is the camera's not always on when you're fucking up and tripping all over the place, but the camera's on when you're feeling good and you're like, all right, I made it. Now turn the camera on. Now let's, let's put it out there, that kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah. So, long story short, I have no animosity for anyone who's successful in whatever you're doing. I just, if you're a serial killer, I'm not rooting for you. But, if you're doing something bad, fuck off. But let's hear it for Ted Bundy. Huh? That guy? What a swindler.
It's a in our society. I don't mean to talk about this, but I can't help it. It's in my head since you said
Oh,
that.
shit. What did I do?
In our society, it's like we toe that line, though, right? Of being fans of serial killers and not,
Oh,
in a
it's
way,
disturbing. Yeah,
right?
it's disturbing to me.
It's
Like
like it's like
females, especially, and most serial killers have been men.
yeah,
Most that I know of. Okay, I'm an ignorant person, but most that I know of have been men. So there's women in fan clubs that are like, he seems like a nice guy. I'm like, wait, what? Come on,
I was I
draw
was
the
just
line.
I was just watching this there's this guy that makes this his name's Mark somebody, and he makes these does these interviews with people, and it's like usually the people are like on the seedier side of life, let's just
Yeah.
say.
Mm-hmm.
Sex workers, homeless, that kind of thing, live
Yep.
on the street sort of thing, and it's called the white underbelly, I think it's called, something like that. And it's just this guy that's like basically rich, and he's white, and he's like a nice guy, and he helps people like with money and gives people opportunities, and he basically films people and makes does interviews with them. And are you familiar with Gigi Allen and the Murder Junkies?
I know Gigi Allen.
Okay, well, the band was called the Murder Junkies, so same thing.
Gotcha.
Um, so Gigi Allen died, obviously, but his brother Merle is still around,
Mm-hmm.
and his brother Merle and this guy and Merle's friend were on that being interviewed with the white underbelly thing, and they're being interviewed because they're both serial killer art collectors. Like they collect like John Wayne Gacy art that he did. They write a lot of letters. Like they correspond with serial killers,
Yeah.
serial killers that have died, have been executed or died in prison,
Yeah.
and they sell that shit. They sell their art, their collections, that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy did a painting of Gigi Allen and mailed it to Merle, and like Merle sold it a long time ago and got a bunch of money for it. But that's what I mean by towing the line, is like it's okay to consume visually with our faces on Netflix all these like true crime documentaries, Jeff Dahmer's show,
Yeah.
All these like little short docu-series about any serial killer, and you could be fascinated with it. But then if you go a little bit further and you go, I collect that shit. I collect his art. I correspond with these people. Then it's bad. And I'm not on those like the people that collect side necessarily. I'm just saying it's got to be all or nothing. It's weird to be in the middle with that. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where we are as a society. Is like will watch it and be like, oh man, that was crazy. I love watching that. But then if you go a little bit further, people go, that's fucked up. And I just think it's weird. You know?
Well, I mean, honestly, like I would be in that group just like everyone else. Like I don't.
Oh, I am too. I am too. I just
Yeah,
think
I'm
it's.
not. I
I just
watch
think
the shit on Netflix, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna come over and see your fucking fan art or whatever. I
right.
don't.
I just think it's it's just funny to me that I don't mean funny haha or funny bad or
Sure.
funny anything. I'm just like maybe should use a different word, but it's all right. It's fascinating to me when that's like the situation we're in with this thing
No,
as
you're.
society. It's like
That is the line though. I
it is the line. It's just it's interesting to me. Like we as a society, me, you, like be like, we'll watch it, we'll consume it. But then if we know, then if someone goes a little bit further, then it's like, then me too, are like, well, that's a little much. But
right.
I still think about it. And I'm like, well, I don't know, what's the difference, really, when you think about it? Because they're not fans of them. They're not like, oh, you've killed so many people. That's awesome. It's more like they're collecting it just to say to collect is something. Sometimes a part of me just goes, really, what's the difference? You're consuming both things. You're consuming it. It's just they're consuming it in a different way.
Right. And I
And
mean,
so I don't know. It's weird. That's weird. I don't
well,
know.
I'm not saying like us. My take on it is I don't want to be around. Like me personally, when you talk, I'll watch the series on just like everyone else on Netflix or whatever the fuck. But I saw this thing also on Netflix. There's this dude called Dark Tourist. I don't know if you see. He only did one season.
Mm.
He's from Europe. He's like, I'm the Dark Tourist. Anyway, one of them. One I can't. I wish I could remember what serial killer. He went to someone's house who had a connection with a serial killer who had a lot of their belongings. A famous serial killer. I don't remember who the fuck it was, but after watching the Dark Tourist guide go in and interview and ask these questions, it was just the way the guys were acting that had access to this shit, who owned this stuff, they were weird about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
They were like, they made it seem like it's fucked up that I have this shit. And to me, it was like, if you feel weird about it, you're making me feel weird about it through the TV.
Yeah.
If the way I did it myself is, okay, I'm in that house right now. I feel weird. Like right away, I'm like, no way, man. You got this shit on the walls. Like, nah. I'm good. I don't
Yeah.
even I'll go outside and eat a fucking cup of Jello. I don't even like Jello, but I'd rather do that than be in here. But that's my
Yeah.
personal preference. But if someone's like, I collect this shit, I have a correspondence with this person, and we might not hang out. I don't know. I don't know. It depends on how much you bring it up. Like,
That's
here's
the
me and
thing.
Ted. Like, no, I don't know.
Here's the thing: is I'm a collector, obviously, as people could tell, and of
Shows your
sorts.
severed
But
head collection.
yeah, yeah. That's why the computers did today. And
You're
no,
facing a
not
bunch of
that
different
way.
decomposing
Not
heads
that way.
on spikes.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't go that. No, stay right here.
make the bad man stop. All right, go ahead.
Hey, I collect toys and shit like that, cards and but I would not collect toys, and I would collect. I would own almost any toy, but I would not own a Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy toy. If they ever made one, I would not buy one.
Yeah, right. Why is that? Why?
I think for everything that we just said is the difference between collecting those serial killer shit and just watching it. I think the only thing that makes it weird is the physical thing is like I could watch the stuff about John Wayne Gacy, but if I correspond with him and then he mailed me an action figure of himself, and now I have it, now it's weird because I actually have something that's physical of him, and I'm not just seeing it. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like watching the food channel doesn't make you fat, but if you were to go eat all that stuff all the time, then you'll get fat. So it's like that's where it's different. And that's why now when I talk it out, it's like there is a difference. But they're very close.
It's very, you have a very interesting point in that most of us society will watch and is very intrigued about serial killers. We're all curious because
Mhm.
inside of each one of us, we have the ability to end another human. We all
Sure.
have that instinct. So
Yeah.
there's always that little bit that's like, how did it go for this person?
Yeah.
But when someone walks in and be like, this is the knife you used, you want to hold it? Like, fuck no. Like, you're making it
Yeah.
real. Like, that's on TV. I can pause that shit. I'm miles away from that. You bring something into my bubble, like,
Yeah.
no, fuck no, man. I don't I'm not a murderer. I'm not a fan of murderers. I don't go to the meetings. Like, I'm not into this shit. I just
Yeah.
watch fuck and watch the Dahmer series. Like, that's it. And every
Yeah.
other documentary about a serial killer, but whatever.
Hmm.
It's like,
It's
oh shit.
it's yeah, it's weird. I guess what I'm really have now that I've like talked it out and come to the conclusion, there is a difference. It's just very close. It's just like it's
Yeah.
just one step away. And most people are on this side where we're like, we'll watch it, we'll consume it with our eyeballs. But if you I'm not gonna fucking correspond with these people. I'm not gonna like I don't want their hair, their art, their
No, no,
fingernail
no,
clippings. I
fuck
don't want to
no,
hold a shirt
no,
of theirs. Like I don't want to some people do. and
no, I know.
it's like it's one of those things where it's like I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
I'm a juju guy. Like I'm all about good juju. And to me, like hanging around something it sounds crazy, but you hang around with anything it's like, nah, it's bad. Shouldn't celebrate that. Fuck that. Bring that into my life. Hell no.
Right.
Well, you hang around that shit long enough. I don't know. You see the people that have this stuff, and they look a little fucking strange. You're just and they're
Well,
weird
yeah.
about it, and they
Yeah.
act weird about it. They think they make you feel like you should feel weird about this. They feel weird. They're like, I probably shouldn't even be fucking doing this, and now you're filming me. I don't really fucking feel weird about it. Like shit, I'm burning all this stuff. Like,
Yeah. Well, like in that interview that I was watching, the other guy, Merle's friend, was like um was talking about how he has like kids and a wife and all this. And he's like, my wife doesn't want this in the house.
no
She
shit.
hates it. She fucking hates it.
Yeah.
And she's like, if I can't convince you, he basically says, if I can't convince you to like to not have this in the house, like hide it from the kids. Like make sure it's underneath a lock and key that they can't see it, because then they're gonna find it and go, what's this? Who's that? And then you're gonna have to explain it to them. And then so yeah, I would feel indifferent about it and pretty uncomfortable if, let's say, I had a roommate and they just happened to have a John
Yeah.
Wayne collection. It's like, whoa.
Nah, no, because to me, like when you make it physical, you make it real. You're a
Uh-huh.
step away from doing this shit yourself. You're definitely on the fucking. You're a lot closer to doing something crazier than I am. Like, I don't
Right.
collect the shit. You're collecting fucking serial killer memorabilia.
Yeah.
I'm not. So who's probably gonna fucking kill someone with a can of Campbell's first? Probably you.
Right.
Maybe, because you're a fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
know, man. That you're right though. That's weird. That's that line. You'll watch it, but as soon as it becomes real, it's like, oh, fuck you, I'm out.
I guess that's really what I've came down to the conclusion. The way I think is like it's very close. You're tiptoeing around the tulips a little bit, tiptoeing in the garden a little bit. Just don't go collecting those apples. Don't eat those. Don't take a bite of
No.
that fruit.
And what's funny too is as you get well, I understand it and I've experienced it. As I've gotten older, shit stays in your head all night long. So I don't even watch that kind of shit before bed anymore. I sound like like a 5-year-old. You know, like my parents told me, you're not watching that shit before bed, young man. Like that's how I do it. I'm like, this shit stays in your dome all night. It's not great. Like I
Yeah.
watch that shit during my lunch, not for dinner. Fuck that. Spaghetti and murder. All right. Fuck, that Bundy shit screwed me up real good. Every time I see an air vent, I just kind of listen to it. I'm like, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. I'll just move out, leave all my shit in there if I hear that sound. I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Well, I'm leaving.
Yep,
Uh,
that's it.
well, that wasn't an unfortunate topic, but
No, it's
it's
just
pretty good.
I think we did all right. That's so no, it's just it's where the show is going. It's getting darker every.
Yeah, I didn't mean to bring. I just was
It was
like,
fucking great. I love what I
this is,
like about what we do is we have no plan and we somehow ramble on from one topic to the next for a whole hour. It's great. And there's sometimes a punchline in there. It's great shit.
sometimes.
Fuck, man.
Um, there was one thing that we were going to talk about, and it might have to be a little bit quicker than we thought it was going to be, but um, we're going to talk about Door Dash and those other services that you have on your phone, the other apps that Uber Eats, all that other shit, Postmates.
Right.
And we
So
were going to talk about
what
like,
Alex and I were talking about right before the show is we were just kind of we were just talking about how Alex had brought up a point how he works in the restaurant industry and how those like DoorDash and whatnot are not beneficial typically to restaurants. The reason it came up is because Alex is covered in tons of snow right now. They're not open where he works. So I asked, are you guys going to go into work, fill DoorDash orders? And his response was, unless we do a shitload of them, it's not worth it at all. That's intriguing to me. So that's where we came up. I think that's fucking unfortunate. I know from a driver's perspective that it's a pain in the ass to get tipped. From a driver's perspective, I'll say this, Alex, that when you drive that shit, you're fast food delivery. That's
yeah.
all you are. These fucking places don't deliver their fast food. So they want you to deliver it. And they don't want to go fucking get it, or they can't. And I don't know if they still can, but they could tease you with a tip and then take it away. So
Oh,
that's,
really?
oh yeah, they'll say you're getting a $7 tip, and then you look and they fucking reneged on you. You get no tip.
Oh,
So you drove to a place you don't usually drive, burned gas, almost got shot in the fucking back, and they got a cold Chick-fil-A sandwich.
mm-hmm.
So to me, that's not my thing. Like it's great for kids. Like my daughter, she was ordering that shit left and right while she was here. And to a positive to that point, she was like when I was working, she would just if she needed something for Joey, like baby formula and baby Tylenol, she had within 20 minutes. So don't get me wrong, that's rad. But from a food perspective, like delivery for shit, I like that. But for food, I'm interested how the restaurants don't make any money. So please.
Yeah, we like it was when like early when everyone kind of went back to work during the pandemic and all that. Like the place I work, we were closed for 8 months, and when we did go back, we're a pinball bar, so we did these things. We did these pods. You were there, you saw them. They had a pinball machine, or there's a couple bigger pods that had like 6 or 7 machines or whatever. So, and there's just like basically a curtain. You're in like this curtained
That's
off
fun.
area, and then you could order food and drink and play pinball for however long. And people were there was kind of like this a little mini Instagram war with my work and people, like, because the owners didn't want to use DoorDash and Uber Eats and those Postmates, those services, because the business doesn't make, the company takes a lot of money from it, and they don't, whether or not the driver gets tipped or not, like there's no the the company doesn't share any of the tips with the restaurant or bar with the company.
Right.
So you get zero of the tips. If someone comes in to pick up to go food, they tip you and you get all the tips.
Mm.
So like it's like one of those things. I want the driver, the person that's working, to get the money, to get some of the money. But if someone tips $1, it should be split, either half and half or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not one all all direction. So but that's how it is the restaurant doesn't get any of the tip, and they take, I think, like 30% of the sale. So
Whoa.
if you, yeah, so
Isn't that your end? Like
yeah,
like
like
after, like the materials and the time, isn't that like the profit?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So like,
whoa, whoa. What the
so
fuck?
like,
Yeah, well, fuck that.
so and doing to go food is more expensive in a way because um it goes into
Packaging.
and to go boxes
Yeah, right.
and you wrap burgers in paper, in foil paper. You put condiments in little
Hmm.
cups, little plastic cups with lids.
Right.
So not only are you making more things that have to be in a landfill, but you're also making more. You have to buy more things to sell something for the same price that's on the menu that when it's not to go. You know what I mean?
No, it does add up and it does make sense. Yeah.
And then it's harder for the workers because you wouldn't think, but you got like a rail of tickets and
It looks like a pain in the ass,
there's like
honestly.
15 tickets, let's say, and there's four things on each of the ticket. Well, that means you do the math, 4 times 15 cups of ketchup that you got to pour, put the lid on it, put it in the thing, wrap the burger. We don't have very much space. You got to put all these to go boxes. It's a pain in the fucking ass. It really is to do. When we were doing that, like I remember we would do like $500 or $600 a night, right? Not very much, but I felt like we were fucking slammed because there was to go boxes everywhere, little cups of condiments, fucking wax paper everywhere, and I was just like, I felt like I was insanely busy, but I really wasn't. I
You're just
was
doing a lot of extra work for no
just a
extra
lot of
profit.
extra steps to put out the same thing for the same price. So they take a lot of money from you. They don't they don't give you any of the tip that you were supposed to get. Um, and a lot of these places do this. And I know Postmates did. I worked for a burger place in town that Postmates did this. Is they ran so Postmates, not the place I worked. Postmates ran a special on their app that said you could get this burger from the place I was working for
Uh,
this price during these times, and didn't tell the place I worked.
I've
They
heard it.
had it on their app on their site, but they didn't tell the company, that they were running a special for this price, this burger at during this time. So
Right.
all of a sudden it'd be crazy busy. There'd be no one in the restaurant, but it'd be insanely busy. And you'd be like cooking this one thing for this price during this time. And it's just like, you could at least told us that you're running a special in our
What
business.
the
You know what I
fuck?
mean?
Yeah, it's like the mafia. You never even been in the
Yeah.
restaurant and you're telling us what this what the fuck? That's mob shit.
Yeah. Or it is really busy. There is a lot of people in there. And then on top of that, they're running that
They'll run
special.
a promo.
So it's like you're fucked, like you're getting double teamed. You know what I mean?
That's how the fuck can they get away with that?
They
In the
they,
terms and conditions, I guess.
they just do it. And so that's why those reasons are the reasons why my work doesn't use those apps.
Some pretty
We
good
do
reasons.
we do this. um, we have we deliver food ourselves on certain days.
Smart. That's
Like
what I would do.
Thursday to Sunday, we do delivery. And
Cool.
I went on some of the deliveries. So we get all the tips and we get to split it because we're doing it ourselves.
Right.
And yeah, we're keeping the middleman out. You know what I mean? We're keeping the big fucking rich companies out of the business, and it's better for us.
Right.
So yeah,
That's I appreciate that, man. That's insightful. I'm curious. I was curious. That's fucked up. Wow, that's fucked up. Totally
So
sounds like a middleman. Like it really sounds like the mob. Like just coming in there and be like, "You're gonna do this now." Be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
yeah,
Like we decided. Like, okay, no, you didn't.
and like, of course, more people order it when you use those companies. So if
Yeah,
it's like you sell 100 sandwiches, you might make the money from if it'd be like you might make the money off of instead of 100 sandwich, 100 sandwiches, you might get the profit of like I don't know 60. So it's like you might as well just stay and make 60 actual sandwiches and keep the money from that.
right.
Sandwich is just an example. So yeah,
No, I get it. I mean, but the people who take advantage of these promotions through these sites, they're not going to come to your place and buy a burger at regular price when they got a burger from you for 2/3 the price.
yeah,
They'll just look for another restaurant who's running a promotion and go to them. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you know what I mean? And sometimes you're like, hey, I'd pay regular price for that. That was good. Sometimes, but sometimes you just hunt the deals. You know.
right.
So I don't know how much profit. Yeah, I don't know. That's fucked up. That's kind of same. I don't know that these companies made a ton of money either. Like honestly, I know it seems like they are, but I don't know that they made a lot.
Right.
Like DoorDash, I don't know. You hear a bunch of bullshit, but anyway, at the end of the day, the restaurant's not making any money, and the food has never tasted better than it did when I got it straight out of the restaurant when I was sitting my ass in that restaurant. Period.
Well,
So
see,
you
that's
shouldn't be paying more for it. And if the restaurant's not making any money, then they don't need to bother with delivering it to me. I'll just
mhm.
come get it if I want it. I like
Well,
getting out of my fucking house. That's what I don't understand. Is like,
that's
well, I mean, if you work away from your home and you're lazy, you're at home and you want to, I get it. But I work at home. Fuck this shit. I'm going for a walk. Get me out of
yeah.
this box. Like that's my get me out of this fucking box. Like I'll walk 10 miles in the snow to eat a fucking hamburger. I don't care.
Well,
Just
that's
cause
the thing. It's like you put a lid on hot food, it starts to, creates condensation.
steams. Yeah, it's gross. So squishy and shit. Yeah.
That
Like swamp ass.
like fries, they're not. That's not a necessarily a to-go food, in my opinion.
No.
A crispy chicken sandwich, that's not a to-go food. It's got to stay crispy.
And it's not so fucking crispy if it's like rubber. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
not into it. Cool. Well, thanks for honestly, man. Thanks for the insight on that shit. I appreciate it. With you live,
right.
Fox Channel News. Oh
And
yeah.
I think people that work, some people that work in restaurants don't even know all that because their owner just sees, well, if we do more volume, we'll make more money. And the most owners of places don't tell the employees this. They don't break it all down. The owners where I work did, and we're like, we're not doing this, and this is why.
Cool.
So they were transparent about it. Like, this is why we're not doing it. And I was like, I've worked other places that have those services, and I was never told about it. I was just like you or anyone else that was like didn't know these things about these certain things. So
Right. It's interesting shit. Getting it
hmm,
straight off the street.
fucking interesting, man. It's fucking interesting.
Real people, real stories. So yeah, I think we didn't even talk about our day or anything. We could do that
No, we
shit next
didn't. We
week.
didn't talk about, but I think we kind of gotta go right into music.
Yeah, fuck it. If you want to know how our weeks were the last 2 weeks, tune in next week. We'll have 3 weeks of shit to talk about. All right, so yeah, we're gonna jump right into the music. Actually, the show's been like informative, a little dark, and honestly, like the music's gonna fly right into that because Alex and I didn't do backflips over this record, but
No, we
we are going to review it. So we were covering Mastodon, right?
Hush and Grimm. Yeah.
Album is Hush and Grimm. If we could just tell it like it is, I think a few days, not even that long. I've reached out to Alex just with a text message of like, yeah, about the
Yeah.
record, and he was like, "I can't do it anymore." So we both had an agreement pretty much right out of the gate that this wasn't necessarily for us, both
Right.
of us.
I listen to it as much as I listen to any album. Like my base layer of listening to an album is two times all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that, and I didn't do any more than
Right.
that. Just because Mastodon, they put out this album in 2001, I believe. And yeah, 2000, not 2001, 2021, my
Yeah.
bad. 2021. I think they kind of started around 2000. 2021.
It's funny.
2021, I'll say it again. And it's they're a weird band, man, because their first four albums were great in my opinion. The first two albums were the best. Um, Remission and Leviathan, 2002, 2004. Um, Great albums. I think there's a lot of metalheads that can consider Remission, people that I know that consider the album Remission one of the best metal albums ever. It's a fucking great album. And then they started to change when they got to Blood Mountain in 2006. And that was a little bit more proggier and like melodic and shit, but still pretty heavy. And then they went to Crack in the Sky, and then that's when they like really solidified themselves as like a prog metal band, more melodic, and it was good. And then after that, it all turned to shit, in my opinion. It was all just a bag of runny shit. And so I was like, all right, I saw their new album on iTunes, their newest album, and I was like, you know what? If history seems to repeat itself, it's probably not going to sound like old Mastodon. But I'll do a blind pick and I'll just go Hush and Grimm, see what it sounds like. Well, it sounded exactly what I thought it was going to sound like. And it's just not, they don't have the heart that they used to. They're going like the Metallica way. Like had like 3 or 4 good albums, maybe 1 or 2 more in some people's opinion, and then the vast majority of their albums after 3 or 4 have been like after Ride the Lightning, I don't know, just kind of turned into shit, turned into radio rock, Saint Anger kind of like like.
And I could see where you're saying that. Now I am not a big Mastodon fan. I'm actually getting an education on Mastodon as you talk about the albums. I've heard a little bit here and there, and I listened to more Mastodon after I heard this record because I wanted a point of reference, to what they sounded like before. But shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. So it doesn't fucking matter now. Oh no, I got it. Yeah, it came back. But I get what you're saying. When I was I still am a Metallica fan, but as I've listened to more Metallica, they're a great example as far as trying to explain the thing with Mastodon. I have to agree with you that from it was like listening to this reminded me of listening to Saint Anger is what I'm trying to say, where it was just like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like listening to a car trying like a fucking like a muscle car trying to kick over. But when it finally kicks over, it's a Honda Civic.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. That's a real good analogy. That's perfect. Yeah, because you're right.
When I was listening to it, I'm like, come on, like, and then it's over an hour long. It's like an hour and like what 20?
Hour 26 minutes. Yeah.
Fuck me. When I saw that, I was like, hey, he picked 3 records at once. This is bullshit. I was a little upset when I was 30 minutes in my gym workout. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even like this. Going for an hour? I gotta fuck. That's when I texted you. I was like, hey, like, what's up?
Yeah.
It's really long. To not like a record and then have to keep going.
Keep going.
Show about it. You can't just stop and say, fuck you, it's trash. I don't like it. But no, I was like, all right. But I did select 4 songs as I listened to it the first time. I picked 4 that I liked.
Okay.
And I don't want to I'm just going to be honest. So I'm not being a basher. I'm not bashing bands for fun. But for this record, I just have to be honest. I went back and listened to those 4 songs today. And I'm not really sure why I selected them.
But probably because
it's on a record for me. That's all.
Yeah. You were probably thinking, what's the best out of this pile of
Yeah.
shit? Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
like
yeah. I was trying to find and I thought I found them, but I listened to those four just by themselves, like it's its own little record. And I was like, nah.
well, see, you had a good analogy as far as like it's like starting a muscle car, and when you get it started finally, it sounds like a Honda Civic because there's glimpse of shit that's good,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it just goes, eh, like
Yeah.
it just sounds like it's too polished. It sounds like radio hits. It sounds like pop music. And it's just a bummer because they were a fucking kick-ass band. They were so good. And they're still really talented at playing music. They're just really talented at playing bad music. Like, and I know some people that still listen to their newer albums because those people that I know are musicians and they're like some of them are full-time, like that's what they do for their job, musicians. And
Mm-hmm.
they like it in a technical aspect. And they even told me that they're like, I could see where you're coming from, but I like it in a technical aspect because they're doing this crazy thing, And I'm like, okay, yeah. But just because they're talented doesn't mean it's gonna sound good. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, and I think most Tool fans would be, fair inoculum.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, if I was a huge Mastodon fan, I would look at this like Tool's fair inoculum. Like, do I like the record? Yeah. Is it like anything that came before it? Fuck no. Like, there's one song on there that everyone has said, when are they gonna play Tempest? Because that's the only one that sounds like anything that ever fucking made before. So we
right,
all know, like, so I get it. It's like it's the same thing. It's Tool's Tempest. It's
yeah.
but
But
for a band that's been around, it's going to be around. If you're look at it like this, if you're a musician, if you're an athlete, whatever, and you're trying to stay around for as long as you can, you're going to have lulls. You're going to, how many athletes have we? Tiger Woods is a perfect example. Seriously, he went, he had some shit. He was great. He had some shit for a while. No one talked about him. Now he's back on the fucking radar. He's
mm-hmm,
not killing it, but he's working on it. He's coming back. And that's
right,
why I can dig a loyal fan base. You own all the records, but you don't talk about some of them. Just like blah, shit, good. You know,
yeah,
we're all waiting on Tool to get back on crank so we can have another good record. But you're not.
yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can't do
so,
that when you're 60 fucking years old.
well, see, that's the thing is like Mastodon has now put out 4 good albums and 4 trash albums. And some people say 3 good albums and, 5 shitty ones. Um, and that's why, like, I'm not surprised about this album. So everything that I said, how much I don't like it and it's disappointing, I don't want anyone to think that I'm surprised. I'm just like continually disappointed. And
Mm,
I think that means I'm a true psychopath because I'm like doing the same thing over and over, hit myself against the same wall where I'm like, why is this shit? Well, the last one was shit, so what do you expect?
right. I'm gonna sound like an idiot here. Sorry, have we covered another Mastodon record? I felt like we have.
I don't think so.
All right, well then we should. We should cover one that you think is at some point to do the band a service. I would like to. We should cover their best record in your opinion at some point to give you an
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Right. I mean, I want to hear them. I've heard of this, so now I'm ready to. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll do another one someday, but I'll just give like a recommendation. If you want to hear Mastodon's best stuff when they were like a metal band, and then when they became like a prog band, when they
Yeah.
get more instrument, like got into more like with playing instruments and showing their talent, um, uh, I would go Remission and Blood Mountain.
Gotcha.
That's
There
what
you
I
go.
was because
Cool.
Remission's more like heavy like metal, and then Blood Mountain's still that, but they put in more fairy
Right.
dust, but more.
I like fairy dust.
Yeah. So,
Sweet.
but you know how we usually give our favorite tracks? Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't got that. I have none of that. I don't got a favorite track on here, and I listened to it twice. I spent 3 hours with this fucking album, and I haven't I can't give you an honest I like anything.
Yeah, I don't. I don't have any. There's a couple of cool riffs in there, but
Yeah. Anything good I could say about this album? I could say two things. There's some songs where it starts to sound good and then it doesn't. And maybe that's I'll say the first one. The first track
yeah,
is I'm like, oh, this is gonna be no, it's not. So half a song. And I did watch. They made I think after or when they were putting this album out, they filmed like a documentary because their manager and their like all collectively like best friend, like they were like really good friends with this guy past being their manager. Like he died during the pandemic, I think, like from like I think he had pancreatic cancer, I think, and he passed away. So it was like a real emotional album for them, I guess. And so the documentary is about that, and it was about the making of the album, and it kind of just showed their personality and who they are. And they're really cool guys. Like they're funny.
right.
Like the bass player and the guy who sings like half the time did this little skit where he like sleeps out back of the studio and like brushes his teeth outside and sleeps on the ground and basically it's like a homeless looking Jesus looking guy. It's like a whole skit. It's funny. It's like in a bathrobe pushing a shopping cart around. And then the drummer like got bored during pandemic and did this whole drawing and painting collection of clowns. And talking about John Wayne Gacy. So
Tie it all together.
well, he had like one yeah, they're just funny guys. I would
He
recommend
does
watching.
pictures of serial killers, but he's not a serial killer. The opposite. He sends them pictures of.
Yeah, he's like, check out this painting I did of you.
I did of you. This is
and
you,
like,
Dad.
and they're
Sorry.
like, you're creeping me out, man.
That's fucking. Nah, that's the flip side. That's funny.
You're like, you're fucking creeping me out.
Just give me the juice. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. I keep getting these fucking paintings from this weirdo, and I can't stand it.
So yeah, they're cool guys. So they're cooler than their music. Let's just say.
Oh.
Aw.
I just hope I don't run into one of these cats and be like, "Yeah, you guys are cool," but like, "Aren't you the asshole that says some shit about us on the internet?" Be like, "He picked the record."
Right. See, that's the thing is like I don't want to. I just don't like their new albums, and that's all.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not.
I
I'm not
still,
bashing anybody. I don't
I
really get
still
it.
listen to Mastodon. I still listen to them. Like
Right.
I like my recently played like catalog on iTunes. It has their other albums recently that I've listened to in the last couple of days. So I fucking love Mastodon. I guess I'm just trying to sell it and be funny that by saying that I don't like them, or don't like this album because I don't, but I do like Mastodon. I think I'm gonna go see them on my birthday in
Oh,
Portland.
sick.
But another band that I like a lot is playing as well, Gojira.
Yeah,
So
that's right. I saw it. Yeah,
so I
on your
think
birthday of all things. Fuck yeah, you gotta go.
yeah. I just hope they don't play a lot of this album.
How about this? How about you write them a letter and you tell them ahead of time, and then I mean a letter because I also want you to send them a portrait.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint I'm gonna paint clowns for him.
Paint some clowns. Please don't play anything from this record.
Yeah. Here's a portrait of each one of you looking like a clown.
Right? If it looks a little fucked up, it's because I drew it while I was listening to this record. Oh shit. That was funny. I like how we roped it together at the end. That was good.
um
Oh shit.
so scale 1 to 10. What'd you think, Tony?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
So
you?
that
Yeah. Oh, you having internet issues right at the end?
no, someone tried to call me, and when someone tries to call me, it shows up on my computer and the screen goes away. Like you go away. It's
Damn
weird.
spam call. No, you're good, dude.
That's it was scam likely. Um So yeah, I'd give it a 3, just because. Not yeah, a 4. The same thing.
You already said 3. It doesn't matter.
3 or 4. It's whatever. It's same. They're same fucking score. When you get down past
If it's
5,
below 5, yeah, it's just
yeah,
yeah.
it's just like I just. The reason why I said 3 at first is because I really like Mastodon, and then when I hear their their 4 albums after Crack the Sky, it bums me out. Even though I'm not surprised, I know it's gonna be sound like this. I just want it to sound good. I just want it to be the old Mastodon, but I know it's not gonna be. So really, I'm the idiot. It's really what it is. So that's why I went a step lower. So I'll you know what, 3, solid 3. That's what I'll say. 3 out of 10. Sorry, Mastodon boys. You guys are great, great albums, but not this one. And I'm just a fat nerd sitting in his toy collection, so you know.
Hey, and some episodes we have 70 views and some we have 3. So we understand success and failure. Okay. We're not kings of the industry here. Okay. We get it.
Yeah.
We have day jobs. So there you go. So who's really talking shit about who here?
and really, you could just call them jobs. You don't have to say day jobs. It's just our life.
Yeah. Don't say, oh, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's try to land on something that's groovy for the next episode. Um,
Google Dolls.
you called it. If it happens, it's your fault.
Yeah. And put it on the fucking wheel.
Some of these things will be on here after we're dead, but I think we'll now be listening to the Goo Goo Dolls next week. Alrighty. Well, Alex, adjust the wheel. I'd just like to say thank you. And this episode is brought to you by Folgers. All right, let's see here. In the number 1 spot, we still have Three from Hell, the soundtrack and the movie. Number 2, in the number 2 spot, we have Talking Heads, the album 77, the deluxe version. Number 3 is Alex's spot. Number 4, we have Aretha Franklin with her live album Amazing Grace. Number 5, Kaleo A B. Number 6, Alex's favorite album in the whole world, Goo Goo Dolls.
Yay!
Chaos in Bloom. Number 7 is my spot. Number 8, we now have Curtis Mayfield. His album Curtis is the title. Number 9 is Green Druid, their album At the Maw of Ruin. And number 10, St. Vitus, Born Too Late.
Cool. All right. Goo Dolls. Okay.
I fucking laugh.
Tony.
So close. So yeah, that's on me. All right. What other Goo Goo Dolls albums can I pick? I don't fucking listen to them. I don't know. Shit, man. Fuck.
Top your head.
Huh? All right.
Top your
Okay. Deftones, White Pony.
Have we done that?
Oh shit. Hang on a second. This list is getting long. I'm gonna have to put it in a fucking computer.
I know, right? It's a little much, huh?
I don't fucking know. Hang on. Jesus Christ. I don't know if we've done any.
No, we haven't. We've done ohms.
We did?
Yeah, we did. We did the newest one. I don't think we did White Pony.
Oh, why did we pick that?
Hmm?
I was saying, why did we pick that? That was there.
Oh, you didn't like that album?
Ohms?
Yeah. They're
Oh no, I like that one. Gore. I was thinking of Gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I think we did listen to that one. I'm looking at the list though, and I don't see. There it is. Yep, episode 18. Yes, sir.
We did White Pony.
We did Deftones Ohms. We have not done White Pony.
All right, cool. White Pony it is.
Okay.
Deftones, White Pony. We are professional as fuck.
That's right. And I just bought it on vinyl. It was looking right back at me, so that's where I came up with it.
Cool.
I'm a
All right. That's that concludes this week's episode.
Yes, it does. And sorry, I'm ready to sit down. I'm old. I can't fucking do it in real time. Hey, thank you for watching again. Like I said, we're not sponsored by anybody. If you want to sponsor us, great. Otherwise, you can just follow us and tell your friends to follow us. Alex will provide the deets.
If you would like to suggest a band and an album or a movie with a soundtrack, you could go to Instagram, Titfu69, and direct message us. Or most popular, and what people usually do, is go to YouTube, the most recent episode, and in the comment section, you could drop your suggestion. So thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, we will. And if somehow we've missed your suggestion, don't be afraid to just write an Instagram post saying, "Hey, assholes, you didn't play my suggestion." We don't mind that at all.
Yeah. Just message us. Just be like, "Hey, we're stoned. We forget. I don't know. It happens."
I check the videos, and that's all I do. So anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. You know the deal. We'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.